Hello, and welcome to another session on using Blender for video editing. Last time we got an introduction to the graph editor, and now we're going to continue from there. So let's start with talking about adjusting the value of multiple keyframes at the same time. Let's say with this animation, we've already got these keyframes set, but then decide, okay, we don't like where the piano is and the skyline is. We want to raise it up a little bit, bring it closer to the center. So to start with, we can adjust the color strip that is the sky, bring it up like that, and that's no problem. But then when we go to click on the piano, then we can see that it's not quite as easy. Like we can change, I can press the down arrow to jump over to that keyframe, and we could, because there's only two, we could change this one. Like I could bring that up to about here. Looks like 83 is good. And then I could press the I key like that. And then I would jump over to the other one and bring that up to 83. And then press the I key there. And that's an easy way of doing it because there's only two. But if you had a bunch of them, it's not as simple. So let me show you another way of doing it. We're just going to press Ctrl Z to back out of those changes. Okay. All right. And now, okay, so now the other way of doing it is with the graph editor. So you start by selecting the two keyframes that you want. So I already have that one selected. Now I can hold down on the Shift key and right click on the other one. And then, like we saw before, but that was just with a single keyframe, you just press G, and you can move them both at the same time. And because we only want to change the value, like where it is, what the Y offset is, and not when it happens, you can press the Y key to lock the movement of these items just along the Y axis. So I want to bring it up to about there. And then I can press the left mouse button, and that sets it in place. So there we go, that's the first thing. So the next thing is let's talk about how we can do other things in the graph editor, how we can extrapolate the different values that we set. So the example being an actor that we want to walk across the screen, and then at the moment that the piano drops, he is right under there and gets crushed. So to do that, we'll bring in our actor, which is this banana guy. Let me see if I can just copy this. I'm going to press Ctrl C and bring it back to our original scene. Let me take off that preview range, jump over here and Ctrl V. Okay, that mostly worked. And then press Shift S to drop that over. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Okay, so like I said, I want this guy to be right there in the center when the piano drops. So let's select the piano again, and I'll use the up arrow to get to the point where it drops. Actually, but that's not the first drop, is it? So I'm going to zoom in here with the mouse wheel. Okay, this is about the point where it's supposed to drop. So let me just go back to over right there. Okay, oops, I pushed the wrong key. Okay, right there. So this is where I want the banana to be in the middle. So I select our strip over here, and I will go up to image offset, enable that, and then the X value, I'll just drag until we get to this point. This is where I want it to be. So I will set a keyframe here. And then when does he start walking? How about when the piano has fully raised up in the air? That's when he's going to start walking across from the left. So again, we're going to go back to the piano, and I will press the home key to zoom that out. So this is the keyframe when the piano is fully raised in the air. So let me just use the down arrow to jump to that. Okay, so this is the point in time that we want. So I will right click again to select the banana strip, and I will simply bring that back to about here. This is about where I want him, okay? And I will press the I key. All right, and now let's press the home key on here in the graph editor so we can see everything. Zoom out a little bit more, And let's set a preview range so we can see what this looks like. So I'll press P to start that, drawing this box. Okay, let go. And this is our preview range. And now let's play this. So right now it's just the same stuff we've seen before. Okay. Now the difference is, though, that I don't want him to be visible until I don't want him to be visible the whole time, because if I stop this, bring that back, and I jump to the beginning, you can see he's there, and he's not going to be doing anything. He's just standing there. I want him to come on and not be visible until the piano is raised. So how can we do that? So one thing we can do is extrapolation. In the graph editor, we have our keyframes here. What we can do is go to this channel menu and go to extrapolation mode. Right now, it's set to constant extrapolation. So it's just whatever keyframes you set. But what we can do is we can set it to linear extrapolation. So see what happens. Now it turns into a straight line, an infinite line. So when I scrub, you can see at the beginning of the video, this banana is out of sight. Where is he? Doesn't matter. Somewhere off screen. But what we do know is that the movement, the speed of the animation will be exactly what I wanted based off of the keyframes I had set. That's the speed I wanted. I was happy with that. The only problem is, as you can see, this is going to keep moving. He's going to keep going across, and I don't want that. So the easy thing to do to allow this linear extrapolation to work for us is to set another keyframe right after the point where he's supposed to stop. So at this point, it's supposed to be 471. I move one frame over, and then I set that value again, 471, and press I to set the keyframe. And now you can see it's going to start. So the banana will be somewhere off screen, and then at this point, he will be visible, moving up until here, and he will not change position after that. Right? So we play that. Right. So at this point, he gets crushed. It doesn't look like he's getting crushed though yet, does he? Does it? So we can quickly try to adjust some of the settings to make it look better. Right? So let's do that. Let's start by adjusting the Y offset. So because right now he's way too low. So let's bring that up. He should be about there. And how do we make it look like he's crushed? This thing here, image crop. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do the job for what we're after here. So we click to enable that, and with that enabled, we can adjust the top value. I mean, if I do it right now, you'll see. If I start doing this, then at about 513, then he starts. As I increase that value, he disappears. So 508 roughly is the value that we want to start with. And so I'm going to zoom in here so I can see a little bit better. I'm going to use the arrow keys. Just left arrow is one. Oh, what was that? Okay, we need a little bit more. Okay, probably 469. Is that good? 469. Let's see. Yeah, 469 should be fine. Okay, so 469, okay, and that's still fine. Okay, this is when he needs to start getting crushed. So I'll set the keyframe here for top as 469. As soon as I did that, you see now we have additional values up here because the graph editor shows you everything you're keyframing for that object, for that strip. So we've already got the X offset. That was this line here, and now we have a new point here for the top. This is the cropping. Okay, so let's keep going. We're going to use the right arrow to bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. This is where the piano fully lands. Okay, right there. Actually, I had a little bit too high, but that's fine. And now we just need to bring the top all the way down so it gets fully crushed. Maybe just leave. We'll just leave his shoes. So I'll set another keyframe there, and that should be it. So now, if I zoom in here a bit, And scrub, you can see like that. There we go. Not bad. And his feet are still moving, but I'm okay with that. This is a cartoonish animation after all. So let's see the whole thing in action. I'm going to press home to zoom out of that. Jump to the start. And let me know, let's press the home key over here too, so we can see all these different values that are happening. And let's play this animation. Okay. So here we go. And here comes the banana coming in. Just nice pace, and then drop. And everything, and he gets crushed. And we can tweak this a little bit, you know. So let me stop that. So he should be, his Y should be down a little bit further. There we go. And play. Yeah. So that's it. So we've covered off what we've seen working with the graph editor, how we can change the interpolation between the points. We can do extrapolation, and now we've also seen how we can look at multiple different properties being animated for the same strip. So that's it for now, and we will continue this next time. Okay, so thanks. Oh, and as before, if you like this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to see more content. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.